the YouTube algorithm is lying to you. It's not really the content creators, mostly. The reality of YouTube and its pursuit to find the perfect audience is that it undermines the ability for a true connection between audience and creator. Sometimes it's not purposely, but I'll explain why and how this happens. Today we're discussing the Rapoo MT760, and you may have never heard of this. It's a budget brand. Thank you to Rapoo for sending this out. As always, honest and transparent review. But I will say that one of my very first successful YouTube videos was the Rapoo MT750S, and this was called at the time the Logitech MX Master Series clone, the Logitech MX Master Series killer, blah blah blah. And this video is still racking up views today. Now, I bought that original mouse with my own money. In fact, I bought multiple of them. I think I have 3 total. This one is very used and it still is in great condition. Now, Rapoo, it's a budget brand. They make budget products, but every so often, the budget or the unknown brand makes an amazing product and they all of a sudden explode. This didn't happen to them, but think of like the Wooting 60HE, unknown brand, and now it's the best keyboard ever. And the Lamzu Atlantis, which was a very lightweight, ultra lightweight mouse that was the Logitech Ultra Killer, right? Both of them were unknown brands that launched and went viral overnight. And partially that is due to the social media algorithm and the quest by content creators to go viral. So I'm going to jump into the specs and discuss how this mouse and the algorithm lying to you are connected. So the MT760S has 7 adjustable DPIs, up to 4,000, which is great for productivity. It's really all you need for that. Even gaming, 1200, 1600 is consistent. But it's a USB-C and only a 5-minute charge gives you a full day of use. It has an 800 milliamp battery that can last up to 90 days. And I can attest to that. I've been using it for months and I've charged it once. It has a tri-mode connectivity with 3 Bluetooth connections and the USB-C, as I mentioned, and it has comes with two 2.4G dongles for connecting to multiple computers. So that's 3 Bluetooth connections, 1 USB-C connection, and 2 2.4G dongles that come along with it. So when you connect this to multiple Windows PCs, they have what's called Rapoo M+ cross-computer technology. And that's where you can drag a file across those multiple computers, whether it's an image, a file, or text, whatever, by dragging them from one edge of the screen to the other edge. Think desktop monitor and laptop screen. If you had them, one sitting on the desk and monitor, drag it. Now, I've used this mouse for months, right next to my Logitech MX3, best productivity mouse ever, quote unquote. And I'll put the specs for each mouse up next to each other so you can see how closely they are compatible to each other from a spec standpoint. So, what are your thoughts? Now that you see the specs and mouses side by side, is the Logitech MX3S still the best productivity mouse ever created? No, and it never was. In 2022, there was almost 8 billion people calculated in the world, and we are not all the same. There's no such thing as the best, the greatest, insert any product here. The truth is, the algorithm makes us say things like the Wooting Killer, the MX3S Killer, the best productivity mouse ever created. But the reality is, that's all very subjective. Someone makes a video on the original Logitech MX Master Mouse and it goes viral. Someone else makes a video because they saw that video and their video also goes viral to basically support the claim of the first video. Then everyone follows suit to try and appease the algorithm so that they can also get a viral video and go viral. Now we are 3 generations into the best productivity mouse ever created. You probably wouldn't watch this video if I made the title Rapoo MT760 productivity mouse. I have to add, has this dethroned the MX3S by Logitech? Or is this the best mouse released in 2024? Does this budget mouse take on the king of productivity mice? The real thing that separates these two mice is the scroll wheel and software, maybe. That I've never seen that scroll wheel on any other mouse, and that really is what separates these mice. So if you are knee deep in spreadsheets daily and you need to scroll on millions of lines of spreadsheet, thousands of lines of spreadsheet, that is an amazing feature. But that doesn't mean that you need that, right? And if you do, is that feature worth $50 more, depending on how often you look at a spreadsheet? So to sum this up, both of these are really great mice. Now, I've used them both right side by side for months now. They have different dimensions. They feel differently. Where the thumb sits on one, straight down versus slanted. The side scroll wheel on this one is further back and larger versus indented and further to the front on the other. One has a larger rear hump where the palm sits versus the other elongated, more smooth on the rear. What I'm getting at is you could love both of these, like me, or you could hate one and love the other. But if you allow the algorithm to determine what best looks like, you may never know what best is for you. So I will close with, make sure the video titled "The Best, the Greatest of All Time" that you watch when looking at these products is sharing objective information about the product so that you're learning exactly what features this product has, along with their subjective opinion as well, because that's important if it's someone that you trust. And this will make sure that you can make an educated decision based on your own needs and your own outcomes of studying that product based on fact and their opinion. And this will remove that kind of fear that, some folks have for content creators and whether or not we're telling the truth. Both of these mice are great, depending on what you need, your hand shape, your daily routine, your habits, your productivity needs, and what you do on your computer. Both of these are great. Which one is best for you, I can't solve. I always try to share the factual information along with my opinion so that you can make the best decision for you. Factually, the Logitech has a better sensor, technically, when you think about the technology of it. It also technically has a better scroll wheel when you technically think about the features. But that does not mean that you need that. Both of them are great. So, in conclusion, for the last time, if you enjoyed today's content, consider joining the Cozy Coalition and hitting that subscribe button below. And as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.